Hey there, welcome to my channel. One of the most common misconceptions about evolution is summed up in a deceptively simple question. If humans came from monkeys, why are monkeys still around? On the surface, this question might seem logical. If evolution is true, then shouldn't the species we supposedly descended from have disappeared, replaced by us? The fact that monkeys still exist is often cited by skeptics of evolution as a way to challenge the scientific consensus on human origins. However, biologists, anthropologists, and evolutionary scientists explain that this question rests on a misunderstanding of how evolution works. Humans did not directly evolve from the monkeys we see today. Instead, humans and monkeys share a common ancestor that lived millions of years ago. From that ancestor, different evolutionary branches formed, leading to the various primate species alive today, including monkeys, apes, and humans. To understand why monkeys are still around, we need to unpack the science of evolution, look at what the fossil record shows, and consider how species survive and adapt differently in the complex web of life. The common ancestor concept. The biggest misunderstanding behind the monkeys still exist question is the assumption that evolution is a linear process. Many people imagine it like a ladder, monkeys on the bottom rung, humans on the top. But in reality, evolution is more like a branching tree. Roughly 25–30 million years ago, primates diverged into different evolutionary lineages. One branch eventually gave rise to the monkeys we know today, such as baboons, macaques, and capuchins. Another branch split further, producing the great apes, chimpanzees, gorillas, orangutans, and eventually humans. This means that modern monkeys are not our ancestors, they are our cousins. Just as cousins can share grandparents without one being the ancestor of the other, humans and monkeys share ancient primate ancestors without either species being descended from the other. So when someone asks why monkeys are still here if humans evolved, the simple answer is, humans didn't evolve from monkeys. They evolved alongside monkeys from a shared ancestor. Parallel survival. Different branches, different paths. The evolutionary tree explains not only why monkeys are still here, but also why humans and monkeys look and behave so differently. Each species adapts to its environment in ways that help it survive. Evolution doesn't have a fixed end goal like producing humans. It is driven by natural selection, genetic variation, and chance. For example, Old World monkeys, such as baboons in Africa and Asia, adapted to open grasslands and semi-arid environments. Their social groups, diets, and behaviors helped them survive in places where humans would have struggled millions of years ago. New World monkeys, such as capuchins and howler monkeys in Central and South America, adapted to forest canopies, developing prehensile tails and agile climbing abilities. Humans evolved in Africa under changing climates, where walking upright, using tools and eventually developing language gave our ancestors survival advantages. Each group thrived in its respective environment, which is why both humans and monkeys survived, but in different niches. The misconception of replacement. Another reason people ask why monkeys are still around is the assumption that one species must replace another for evolution to be valid. In reality, that isn't how evolution works. Multiple species often coexist even if they share common ancestry. For instance, wolves and coyotes share a common ancestor, but both still exist. Lions and leopards share ancestors, yet both roam Africa today in overlapping territories. Even within humans, different species once coexisted. Homo sapiens, Neanderthals, and Denisovans overlapped for thousands of years before only Homo sapiens survived. The survival or extinction of a species depends on many factors: environmental changes, competition, disease, and chance events, not just the rise of a related species. Why some ancestors vanished while others survived. If humans and monkeys share a common ancestor, why did that ancestor vanish? The answer lies in how evolution works. When a population splits into different groups and adapts to different environments, the original form may no longer survive in its old niche, or it may gradually transform into new species. In the case of humans and monkeys, the common ancestor likely resembled a small-bodied primate that could move through trees but also adapt to life on the ground. Over millions of years, some descendants adapted to tree dwelling, leading to monkeys, while others adapted to ground life, tool use, and larger brains, leading to humans and apes. The original ancestor didn't disappear suddenly. Rather, its populations either evolved into new forms or were outcompeted and replaced by better adapted descendants. In evolutionary terms, extinction of ancestors is normal, but sometimes close relatives persist because they are successful in their environments, like today's monkeys. Evidence from fossils and genetics. Scientists don't just theorize about this branching process, they back it up with extensive evidence from fossils and genetics. Fossil record fossils like Australopithecus afarensis, Lucy, about 3.2 million years old, show early human ancestors walking upright but still having ape-like traits. Other fossils, such as Proconsul, about 20 million years old, demonstrate primates that bridge the gap between monkeys and apes. The gradual changes in these fossils reveal branching paths, not a straight line of monkey to human transformation. Genetic evidence. Humans share about 98–99% of DNA with chimpanzees, our closest living relatives. We share around 93% of DNA with rhesus monkeys, showing we diverged from them earlier. These genetic similarities confirm common ancestry while also mapping when species split from each other. Together, fossils and DNA form a clear picture. Humans and monkeys are relatives, not ancestor and descendant. Evolution is not progress toward perfection. A deeper misunderstanding behind the monkey question is the idea that humans are the goal of evolution. This view, sometimes called anthropocentrism, assumes that humans are the pinnacle of evolutionary progress. But evolution has no predetermined direction or final destination. From a scientific perspective, monkeys are not less evolved than humans. They are just as evolved, having adapted successfully to their habitats for millions of years. In many ways, monkeys are better suited to their environments than humans would be without technology. For instance, a capuchin in the jungle or a baboon in the savannah survives without needing clothing, fire, or houses. Evolutionary success is measured by survival and reproduction, not by intelligence or technology. By this measure, monkeys are highly successful species. They persist in diverse environments across the globe. Why the question still matters today. Although the "if humans came from monkeys" question is based on a misconception, it remains important for science education. Misunderstandings about evolution fuel debates in schools, politics, and culture. Many people struggle to reconcile evolutionary science with traditional beliefs, and questions like this one often serve as conversation starters. Scientists emphasize that clarifying these ideas is not just about correcting mistakes, but also about promoting scientific literacy. Understanding evolution helps us grasp how humans fit into the broader web of life, why biodiversity matters for survival, how species, including our own, may adapt to future environmental challenges. Conclusion: why monkeys are still around. So why are monkeys still here if humans evolved? The answer is simple: because we didn't come from them, we came alongside them. Humans and monkeys share a distant ancestor, but each followed different evolutionary paths shaped by environment, adaptation, and chance. Monkeys thrive in their ecosystems just as humans thrive in ours. They're not waiting to turn into humans, nor are they evolutionary leftovers. They are fully successful, living species with millions of years of history behind them. By recognizing this, we not only resolve the common misconception, but also appreciate the beauty of evolution as a branching, ongoing process that connects all living beings. Humans are just one twig on the vast evolutionary tree, and monkeys are another. Both have their place in nature's story, a story still unfolding. If you find this video helpful, please like and share it with your friends. You can also leave a comment below with your thoughts about the topic. Thank you for watching.